In the small industrial town of San Rioso, located at the foot of the hills, the construction of a new residential area was underway without stopping. Day and night, there was the sound of hammers, the rumble of concrete mixers, and the hum of trucks. For the residents of the city, this became a familiar background. In the mornings, they were woken up by the noise of construction, and in the evenings the smell of hot asphalt and cement dust hung in the air. Everyone understood that the project was significant. It promised dozens of jobs and gave hope for the renewal of the old district. But it was here that a story happened that would have seemed incredible if it hadn't been seen by dozens of witnesses. The story of a female engineer and a small stray puppy who happened to be at a construction site. The project was led by Anna Salazar, an engineer with almost 20 years of experience. In professional circles, she was known as a strict, demanding specialist, but at the same time surprisingly sensitive to people. She started as a simple designer, went through a number of complex projects, and eventually led this large-scale construction. The workers quickly became convinced that Anna was not a desk engineer. In a helmet and with drawings under her arm, she could climb the scaffolding, check the level, or help move a heavy beam. This earned respect even from those who initially doubted the female leader. Anna has always believed that people need not only a salary, but also a human attitude. That's why she paid attention to the little things. She brought coffee, encouraged with a word, or just smiled. And that was enough for the masons, exhausted by their work, to get back to work with renewed vigor. Thanks to her, the atmosphere at the construction site was different from many others. There was less rudeness and more real involvement in each other. One day, a puppy appeared in this routine. Small, thin, dirty, with protruding ribs and a wary, but at the same time curious look. The workers waved their hands. He'll leave on his own. There are plenty of them in San Rioso. But the puppy didn't leave. He approached everyone, wagging his tail, as if he was looking for what if he would be accepted here. Anna was the first to notice him. She sat down, stroked him, and said softly, "You can't stay, baby, but I'll take care of you." The puppy immediately snuggled up to her, as if he had found what he had been looking for so long. They named him Charlie. From that day on, life at the construction site changed. Charlie quickly became his own. In the morning, he met the workers at the gate. In the evening, he saw them off. Sometimes he brought rags or pieces of plastic in his teeth, as if he were helping. Raphael, the bricklayer, was stern and silent. At first he drove the dog away, but after a couple of weeks he confessed, "When he's around, it gets easier. You'll sit down to rest, and he'll lie down at your feet, and it's like his strength is returning." Louis, a young handyman, took a liking to him from the first day. He brought the puppy food, played with him during breaks. "He knows how to cheer up better than any master," he laughed. The puppy also influenced the atmosphere. Where fatigue and irritation had prevailed before, laughter, conversations, and jokes now resounded. Workers began to communicate more, share stories, and support each other. The spring in San Rioso turned out to be hot and dry. One day, workers were pouring the foundation of a new building. Everything was going according to plan, but Anna noticed that the mixture was too thin and served faster than needed. She hurried to the operator to stop the process, but stumbled on a wet beam and fell straight into the stream of concrete. The mixture instantly enveloped her legs, rising higher and higher. She screamed, but the roar of the pumps drowned out her voice. Charlie was the first to raise the alarm. The puppy took off, ran in circles and started barking frantically. Louis heard him squeal. He turned around and saw Anna stuck up to her neck in a thick mass. "Come here, quickly," he shouted. Raphael and several other workers rushed to him. They grabbed Anna's hands, but the concrete was already starting to harden, and every second counted. Charlie didn't stop talking. He was rushing around, pulling people by their clothes, as if urging them on. Later, the workers confessed to journalists, "We have already started to panic." And with his barking, he seemed to be commanding us, not letting us give up. Finally, 6 men pulled Anna out. She fell to the ground, covered in concrete, gasping, but alive. Silence reigned on the site. No one could believe that the tragedy had been avoided. Anna, trembling, hugged Charlie and whispered, "You are my savior." The news spread all over San Rioso. A local newspaper ran with the headline, "A puppy saved an engineer's life." There was a discussion on the radio about how a small animal could influence adult men by changing their behavior. But what was more important was what had changed at the construction site itself. Workers who had previously thought only about wages began to treat business and each other differently. For the first time, Raphael began to help the young, which had not been noticed before. Louis confessed, "After that day, we became a team. Before, everyone was on their own, but now we realized that we are stronger together." Residents of the area came to the construction site to see Charlie. The children brought him food. The adults smiled. That's who the real God is. Anna did not hide her emotions. This puppy showed us that simple care changes. The construction was completed on time, but when the townspeople talked about the new house, they remembered not the concrete and fittings, but the story of a small stray dog who once accomplished the impossible. Charlie stayed with Anna. Today, he has grown up and become stronger, but he still meets workers already at the new construction site. What do you think about this story? Write in the comments. And don't forget to like and subscribe to the channels so you don't miss any amazing new stories. See you.